Who knew there's so many different types of coolant? We're going for this one. It's a silicate. I'll get two.
Legends come to life this summer at Coolant. Prepare to be spellbound by this live-action night show. An epic tale of England, 2,000 years.
Hi fellas, welcome back. I was just been to get the coolant there, and on the way over to Halfords, I was like, do I get pink coolant or do I get blue? I was going to go for the pink because I was like, it'll match the rock cover and that. But then when I got there, there's like 3 different types of coolant. Honestly, I thought coolant was coolant. There's like an oat coolant that's not for this car, and it's generally like a pink. There's a blue coolant, which is what's for this car, and it's like it's a silicate or something. And there's the waterless coolant, which sounds pretty cool, but apparently it's flammable, and I didn't want something flammable, obviously. This is a new mount for my camera, because you might notice when I do my videos, sometimes the camera keeps dropping off the windscreen. And this is meant to be like a good super duper one. Apparently, it's like what Top Gear use, you know, to mount little GoPros and that inside the car. We'll see how it goes. It's got a big sucker on the bottom. The other thing I got, this is from, on this car, on my car, the header tank's crack. It's like a common fault, literally like an original header tank for this car is about, I don't know, it's got Cosworth tax on it, do you know what I mean? Second hand, it's probably like, for a decent one, it's probably like 400 or 500 quid. Like, I mean, I'll go on Aldo for that. This has got a 4-wheel drive header tank on. You can get them new still, or I think you could when I've got this. And it's got this pipe on, let's show you. So it's got like this pipe here. As you can see, it comes out the 4-wheel drive header tank. So it goes round here, it's just all in the way. So, Rouse Motorsport do a pipe and it just tidies it up a bit. So it takes it from the 4-wheel drive header tank, from there, just straight. Do you know what I mean? It's a nice little pipe. So, come back, over here. Right, so this pipe goes on there, straight there. Looks like I might have to trim it about here, but looks a lot neater. I'm not sure if I need to tell people this, but if you're ever doing a coolant change on the car yourself, make sure your engine's cold, because your coolant's pressurised. So if you undo the cap when it's hot, it's just going to blow boiling water all over you. So the car's literally just been started and pulled out the garage for like 10 seconds, so it's cold. So first thing that you do is drain the coolant, dispose of it properly. Hey fellas, what did you think of that review I done with the BMW? Would you like to see more stuff like that? I'll be honest, I enjoyed doing it. Right, I'll be back in half an hour. I'm going to responsibly dispose of this coolant. I've just got the hose pipe in the header tank, I'm just flushing the old coolant out. If you've got a classic car, I wouldn't be scared to try something yourself, do you know what I mean? Like, worst case is you've got to leave it in the garage broken until you can fix it at a later time. I'd rather do things like this myself than take it to a garage. I know this is a pretty simple job, but even some of the more tricky bits, I did take it to a garage to get the time belt done, but let's be fair, if you get that wrong, it's an expensive mistake, isn't it? There's the old one off. You can see the difference between the new one and the old one. Here's the old one. Let me see this one. Needs shortening down. This as well is still too long. See the difference? It just neatens everything up, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? This was about 40 quid, and you can get it in literally every colour. This is like a standard look. It's meant to look like a standard pipe. You can get it in blue, green, red, shiny black. So it's just entirely what you want, but I prefer a standard looking thing. We're just going to put it on though, make sure it fits. I should have probably checked it fitted before I dropped the coolant. Amy and Emily's away at the minute, so I've been living like an absolute king. Just been living on microwave meals and vegging out in the settee. Gone away for 4 days. Looks like I need to cut about there. Got to try and get a nice clean straight cut. Right, I need to cut it there. Pull it out. It's a brand new blade. Check it out, fellas, it's a genuine original Ford hose clip. That's like wax oil and stuff on it there. When I got this car, honestly, it was literally just full of wax oil absolutely everywhere. But I've lost my screwdriver. When I got the car, it was literally just caked in wax oil. You don't understand why they do it, like, but I sometimes think of doing it myself, but I spent all that time doing the underneath. It's a shame to just whack it full of orange undersail. You're better off just getting a tin WD-40 every year and blasting it all over. Ford hose clip going back on. Look how thick that pipe is. I'm going to take that off, I don't want that hose clamp there. I'm going to flip it over. Like that. It's all in the details, fellas, do you know what I mean? It's all in the details. Look at that, my fella, that looks a lot neater, doesn't it? Straight from the header tank. The other one went all down here, around here and everywhere. Right, now according to the Halfords professional fella, this car should take 8 litres of coolant. So I've got 2 4 litres and you mix it 50-50. So as I've got 4 litres, 2 litres makes 4 litres. The car takes 8 obviously. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pour all this in, 2 litres. I'm going to fill this with water, pour this back in, so there's 4 litres. 2 litres of coolant, 2 litres of water. Then I'll pour a litre of this into there, so that gives us a litre of coolant, and I'll put a litre of water in. That's 6 litres, and we'll see where we'll do from there. But we'll just keep mixing it 50-50. Does that make sense, or I just talking absolute garbage? Got my funnel. So 2 litres of coolant. The hose everything's clamped up now. Aye, everything's clamped up. Doesn't even smell. You ready? Glug, 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 glug. I'll start it up in a bit. So that's 2 litres of this got in the coolant, so I'm just going to fill this. Turn the hose pipe on with there. What a pleb. 2 litres. Tank's still reading empty. So always be careful with water around Fords. It's like electricity, they don't mix. That's 4 litres. We've got 2 litres of coolant in, 2 litres of water. Right, so now I've got an empty 2 litre bottle. I'm going to put a litre of fresh stuff in here and fill it with water. Two bottles with 1 litre each in. Then we'll fill them both with water. Still nothing in the bottle yet. Now at the minimum mark on the coolant bottle. Start it up. See what the level does. Can you hear us? You're literally right next to the engine. Like the engine's there, you're right next to it. I don't know if you can even hear us, but I'm just going to talk anyway. If you can't hear us, then I'll put the subtitles on. If you can hear us, then well done. Done down to the minimum, we'll put some more coolant in. Can you hear us? You ever done this, but you don't get your finger caught in the power steering pump? Lucky. That's about 5.5 litres in there now. I think that guy from Halfords was full of shit. Anyway, you're going to get 8 litres in there. I'm going to put the cap back on, and I might give it a quick run around the block, pull it back, we'll see what the level's on. We'll take this with us just in case. Alright, here is the way, so I think I'll pop to a cash point, we'll give it a run, and I'll get some money and treat myself to a pizza for tea. Some lads in the pub pointing at the car there. It's crazy amount of attention this car gets. Like it is. It's honestly, it does me head in a bit because you can't really just tat it out and leave it. Do you know what I mean? Like if you left it parked up, you get them little squirts. They get jealous and they come along and scratch it or something. So the temperature now, we've been out about 10 minutes. Pop the bonnet, I'll have a quick look. Stay here. Everything's looking good, fellas. Got 20 quid in my pocket for pizza. What more could a fella ask? Back home, let's chat it. Yeah, fellas, I'll show you. Just parked it up, fellas. The coolant level's just above the minimum. I'll leave a link in the description for the pipe if you want one yourself. You might be running the same as me. You might have a 4-wheel drive tank on, so you kind of get the 2-wheel drive tank. Don't forget to subscribe, fellas. I'll see you next time. I'm going to go and throw my pizza in.